Welcome to part 2 of Healthy Eats and Posh Treats, the Valentine's Day edition. What I'm preparing today is sure to make your Valentine fall in love with you all over again. I'm preparing the best non-dairy shrimp and oyster with fresh linguine dish you've ever tasted. Just because I wanted to make sure I was authentic, I decided to go to the local fish market to purchase my oysters. And no, they were not shucked, and yes, I had to shuck them. It was my first time. While I don't suggest this method for beginners, intermediate chefs can definitely shuck their own oysters. You can definitely try your hand at it. For those who don't have the time or the patience for shucking oysters, you can buy them fresh and already shucked in the seafood section of your local supermarket. Do not get smoked oysters in a can. The pasta will turn out completely different. I noted all the measurements in the video description. Please press pause and gather your ingredients if you haven't already done so. Okay, we're gonna walk over to our pot. And wait a minute, we're gonna take our pasta. For our appetizer, we didn't do any stove work. Right now we're at the stove. We're gonna boil our fresh linguine. It does not take as long as boxed linguine, so what we want to do is just boil this for 2 minutes. This will be cooked for a total of 5 minutes. We're going to put it in for 2 minutes once this water has boiled. And then after our veggies get cooked, we're going to throw it in and have it on for another 3 minutes. It will be the last thing we put in. So right now I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Let's pour a little bit in there to make sure that your pasta is not sticking. And we're gonna throw a little bit of salt in there, just a sprinkle, and we're gonna let this boil. We'll come back to it. As you see, my water is boiling now, so I'm gonna pour my pasta in and time it 2 minutes. Oops, excuse me. Swirl it around like that a little bit. Just 2 minutes. Make sure you're not overdoing it. I'm gonna cover it a little bit. This is Maria's gourmet pasta, and it's locally made. That's one of the reasons why I bought it, because I like to focus on local and organic produce. Our 2 minutes is almost up. We're gonna let that come to a full boil. Right now my pasta is done. It's been on the 2 minutes. I'm gonna pour a little bit out. Pour a little bit out, and then I'll pour the rest into. I'm gonna pour the rest into a colander. And we'll let it sit for a minute. Oops. We'll let that sit. Until my veggies are done, and then I will add them to my veggies last. So steaming hot. Let them drain a little bit. Leave that there. I'm gonna take my same pot and saute my veggies. What I'm going to do now is add a little bit of oil to my pot, and I'm cooking my veggies and everything in a pot, in the same pot that I'm going to put my linguine in. I'm not sauteing this in a pan because I need space for my linguine and all these wonderful vegetables we have right here. Ooh. Poppage. Little poppage. Okay. First I want to put in, I sliced my garlic because it doesn't have to be diced. We want to get that good garlic taste. Put your fire on medium. You don't want your garlic to be burned. You don't want it to get burnt. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil because you're going to need it. Just a little bit in your pan. Don't let these burn. Next thing is mushrooms. I'm thinking to a certain point I'm going to add a little bit of water to my veggies, just so they don't keep sticking. Next is my spinach. I didn't cut my spinach because I thought it would be nice to put some whole spinach in there. Get some good flavors going. This is enough for 2 people. Hopefully you're not polyamorous and you don't need more plates. And if you do, just double my recipe. Because I'm not knocking you. Not knocking your lifestyle if you are polyamorous and you have more than one Valentine. Get it popping how you can. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of the almond milk. And that's gonna make your mixture a little bit creamy. As I'm cooking, I'm adding my seasonings. You want to add your seasonings in the very beginning because you want to build your dish from the bottom up. It's hard for the seasonings to seep in when you add your seasonings last. So you want to add your seasonings in the beginning and build from there. If you need more salt, you taste it. You need a little bit more salt, put that in afterwards. If you need a little bit more adobo, a little bit more pepper, parsley flakes, whatever you like to use, you use those in the beginning, and then you can build it up a little bit more. If you need more, add more. Put my pepper. Put some salt. I love salt. Not too much. Put too much, it's not healthy. Alright, every chef should have a small tasting spoon. I'm gonna grab mine. Need a little bit more salt. The oyster's gonna add some wonderful flavors. Put a little bit more olive oil. You need it. Put a little bit more salt, a little bit more adobo. Okay, so this is where you're gonna get your kick from, your shrimp. I put some Cajun seasoning in this. I also put some cayenne pepper, adobo, and some salt. So I'm going to pan sear these so they can be a little bit crispy before I put them in. It's always nice to have a kick to your meal so it doesn't just taste like one-dimensional. Put a little bit of more olive oil in there. You're gonna see this olive oil bottle a lot. You'll see it a lot. Okay, we're gonna let them. If you want to put more seasoning on there, I don't want to make it too heavy. But you can add your different seasonings, your Zatarans, whatever you feel comfortable with adding. Cayenne pepper. I sometimes put it in the cap if I don't already have it measured out. I put a little in the cap so I don't overdo it. This is organic cayenne pepper. It tastes amazing. Gives the most amazing amount of kick to your meal. And see, because I'm adding this to the shrimp, this will not, and I'm not adding it to the linguine or the vegetables, it won't make it so hot. You can turn them over when they start getting a little brown. When they start getting pink on this side, you can turn them over a little bit because you don't want to overdo the shrimp. Because shrimp and other seafoods are very delicate and they become rubbery after too much heat is applied to them. So you want to just, you don't want to do too much. So now these are almost done. I'm going to taste one. I know it's going to taste delicious. This is so good. Okay. I can't. This is freaking delicious. The olive oil makes it seem really, really buttery. So you will not miss any butter if you use olive oil. I'm going to take this off the fire with my little cute heart shape. Then I'll take it off the fire. I'm going to get back in my pot. And now my next order of business is these wonderful oysters I shucked. You can get more oysters. The juice is really what we want. Of course, you know, if you like oysters, get more oysters. I didn't realize that all my hard work would only, you know, reveal this little small amount of oysters, but mix it in your mixture right now, right like this, and let that cook for just a quick minute. We're not gonna leave it longer than 30 seconds. I'm gonna let that just seep in. Now I'm gonna put my shrimp. I'll take this spicy, yummy shrimp. I actually just want to eat it by itself, but I'm not gonna eat it by itself. We're gonna put it in here. You can put more shrimp if you like. You know, you don't want to overdo it. I think this is sufficient. But if you'd like more, you can. Last but not least, I'm gonna add my linguine. My fresh linguine. If you have tongs, use tongs. If you're like me and don't have your tongs on you, just if it's too much pasta, I would suggest taking some out. Then you're gonna put another layer of seasonings. A little bit more pepper, a little bit more cayenne pepper, just a little bit to your actual noodle, not too much, and a little bit of adobo, just a little bit, just sprinkles, a little bit of lemon to zest it up. The very last thing I'm going to do to add some color, put some fresh tomatoes in it, some organic tomatoes, and stir that around. I don't like sauteed tomatoes, so I like to put my tomatoes in last because I like them to stay fresh. Right now we're going to taste, see how this turned out. I'll use my fork. It looks really good. I'm going to take the fire, I'm going to turn the fire off. If you are a dairy eater, you can add some cheese to this, some Parmesan. So now we're going to plate. Make sure you're getting a nice amount of linguine and between your forks. And also get a lot of this other yummy stuff. Shrimp, oysters. So now that we've plated, I'm going to add a little bit of garnish. Make it look pretty. Because I remember presentation is everything. Dinner served. If you want to make a yummy strawberry and coconut cake cup for dessert, click on part 3. Yay, we finished our entree. You can thank me later. Remember, if it ain't healthy, it most definitely ain't posh.